One of the biggest challenges that Google has with Android is that it's kind of like a parent sending its child off to college. Like, you hope you've done everything you can for them, but then you let them go and they make their own choices. And they let Android out the door, and Samsung or these other companies take Android, they layer on all their own stuff, they change the way it looks, they put their own apps in there where Google would like its apps to be in there. And it just makes it really tough for Google to do what it wants to do with Android, which is get Google services in the hands of as many people as possible, get those front and center on the phone. So this Pixel strategy is about creating phones that are Google from top to bottom, from hardware all the way through to software and services, so that people can have that kind of end-to-end Google experience. And it's a pretty small scale today, but they're obviously hoping to grow that.
Now, the Pixel phone barely hit 1 million units sold for Google. So when we look at the Pixel, will it be a repeat of that event? And especially, when we think about how soon after the iPhone 10 release and everything.
Right. I think there are 3 reasons why the Pixel didn't sell super well last year. I think one of them is about the phones themselves, but I think the other 2 are about distribution and supply. And so they went through one carrier in the US, Verizon, instead of going through all 4 big carriers. So if you're an AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile customer, you were kind of out of luck in terms of buying it the way you usually buy a phone. Second one was supply. They were kind of in short supply. They didn't make that many of them, so it's actually quite hard to buy them for a long time. And then the third one is about the phones themselves. They were really good, as Tim said earlier, but they weren't kind of going to blow anybody away. They weren't top-of-the-line smartphones. They weren't hugely differentiated against the rest. And so they kind of need to fix all 3 of those problems, kind of the phones themselves, the supply, the distribution this year, if they're going to do any better.